For prospective learners, what is the value of earning a graduate certificate in qualitative research?
Well, usually I say I don't know. And the reason is it's always different for each student. And so part of the program is that we speak with each student at the beginning of every class and ask them what would make this a more valuable experience for them. So what they tell me is that this is going to help them achieve the goals that they're trying to achieve as either as students or as faculty or as professional researchers. And so what we then try to do is to adjust the course and to help, really to collaborate with them, co-design from the very beginning. And that's part of what qualitative researchers do. So the way we organize the program really helps them to get a feel for what it's like to be a participant in a qualitative research study. And so the values they do get, if it's a student, the value could be is that they're able to do the dissertation or do the thesis they always wanted to do, but their education was limited and they didn't get the advanced training that they needed. For the academic, for the faculty person, they can now conduct the research they want to do, or they can guide their students in areas that they were not trained in their original training. And for the professional researcher, they're really learning advanced technologies, learning and including apps. That's one of our specialties, and learning the latest technology. That also makes the co-researcher, the participant, work side by side with you. And so I think that's really so I can't tell you what the value is until I really talk to the student and really find out what works best for them.
How does the program meet the personal needs of each student?
Well, in order to do that, and this is what qualitative research is about, is that the student or the participant is the expert. And so we start by asking them what meets their personal needs. And so we know that in general, in terms of why they came into the program. But for each course, at the beginning of the first week, we have a one-on-one conversation with the students, and we will go over what the course says in the syllabus, but then we really ask, what do they want to accomplish? And that's their first assignment is, what would you like to accomplish? What are your personal learning goals and objectives? And so they get to bring their own data. We call it BYOD. And so we have the regular assignments, we have our data, we have what we're trying to accomplish, the learning objectives, certain skills and knowledge that they're going to master. But if they're in the middle of their dissertation, and then that's the study they're going to design. If they have just collected data as part of their study, then that's the data that we're going to analyze in the course. So they can bring their own methodology, they can bring their own data, they can bring their own real-world problem, and then we adjust and co-design the course to meet their personal needs.
People who finish the program, what value has the certificate brought them? What difference has it made in their lives?
Well, it really is different for each. We have really three groups of students that come to the program. One would be the graduate student, and for them it's a very tangible, wonderful outcome is they graduate from their home program. So a lot of our doctoral graduate students, master's, doctoral, they're working on a thesis, working on a dissertation, and they feel they really haven't gotten the guidance or the training with maybe one course as an introductory course. That's really insufficient to do a credible dissertation, especially if you want to publish off of that. So that's a very tangible product. They're able to finish their dissertation, they're able to graduate, maybe they're able to publish their very first paper. For the faculty, that's another group that they've earned their doctorate already, and this is more of a postdoc for them, and that they are able to then publish. Often it's a very tangible project. They've collected data. It's the classic question, I've collected 10,000 pages of data, what do I do now? Well, we help them to figure out what they should do now with that data, and then how to make it more valuable in terms of a publication. For the folks that are going out and they're commercial researchers, it gives them a competitive advantage in the field. Is their colleagues might be doing generic qualitative data analysis, which is certainly fine, but they're able to add something of more sophisticated. And they're able then to maybe in mixed methods or actually help their client develop a model to understand why the customer is buying their product or what's the notion of their brand compared to other brands in the field. So because we know from the beginning what it is they want to accomplish, then it's a lot easier then, because at the end of each course we then evaluate how did, not just what I think as an instructor, as a faculty member, what they learned, but what do they feel they've learned, what they feel that they've accomplished, as we track that all the way through the program.